they're the main character of their own life. They
Yes.
think that they're the most important, which I get.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
We all have a little bit of that in our lives, right?
It's natural.
Yeah.
And it's also from like your perspective. It's like me giving you free tickets. What does that say to the people that paid for their tickets?
Right.
That's not fair. Like, you know, like,
and sometimes it's not even like the free part, but it's like, you know, they don't understand like capacity and fire code and things that affect me. And it's just
safety.
like, exactly. And then they would be the same people that if I let them buy tickets when I was sold out, they would come to the show and go, "It's packed in here." I'm like, "No,
start complaining.
you know? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're the reason why.
Right. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of the What's Your Hustle podcast. You're probably wondering, where the heck are we? This is not a first. When I first started the show, I used to go on location. Then we opened the studio. Things changed. But now we're back on location, right? So we are in the Bright Box with GM Nick. I know there was a title change recently.
Yeah.
I'll let you announce it, but go right ahead.
Yeah, so as of August last year, I am the owner of Bright Box Theater. I've been here 11 years, and I finally kind of took it over 100%.
Nice.
And we are in my brand new VIP room, which was unveiled last week.
Yeah.
And we are very excited to get it pushed out there. So
So if you don't recognize the room, it's because it hasn't been officially opened yet. I mean, I guess it's now open. You're taking bookings.
Yeah, we are open to book 100%.
Yeah. So we'll just go right off the bat. If you're interested in booking this lovely room, go check out the photos on the Bright Box page. Great photographer took them. Reach out, book, special events, private events. What do we got?
Yeah, so we're doing private events, special events, birthday parties, bachelorette parties, even sections for live shows. So we do a live feed, live audio on these TVs in the room here. So you can watch the show with live audio in this room. So if you say, "Hey, I don't want to be in the room, it's too loud," maybe decompress, you can rent this room for all of my shows.
Or you can just be that much closer to the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You got a direct access because there's one right there.
100%. And some people are renting this room just to skip out on the lines out there, which is super smart.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it brings value to the venue.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of take it way back. You said 11 years.
11 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the Bright Box? Like, is this something that you've always wanted to do?
So funny story was my parents came to a show here 11 years ago, and I get a phone call from my mom, who is like kind of tipsy, to be honest with you. And she goes, "Hey, I got you a job. I need you to show up right now, though." So I come down to the Bright Box here at 15 North Loudon Street, and I walk in, buy a ticket, and I sit down with them, and she walks me to the bar, and she goes, "Hey, he wants a job here." And that was it. Started as a server, bartender, bar manager, assistant GM. COVID happened, GM, and now the owner of Bright Box Theater. So
you literally started from the bottom.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's a good reference. It's a good reference.
Oh yeah. It's dropping some Drake.
No, I think I think it's nice because you probably get a different perspective, right?
Yeah.
If starting, quote unquote, entry level, and then kind of working your way up, seeing the different jobs, seeing what it takes to do all these different things. So then you have a better understanding. What does it take to make these things happen? And then also, and I'll let you kind of speak a little bit more on it, but finding the right fit for employees, people to work here.
That is a big part of Bright Box. I'm very particular about who works here. I'm big on being an individual, having your own style. There's not even a dress code for my employees. It's all black, and I want them to incorporate their style with it even. And to be honest with you, I like weird people, to be honest with you. Nice. Weird enough to have that personality to work here. So I'm very picky about who works here, and I've got a solid team. And yeah, I've seen all aspects, from the serving to the kitchen to sound engineer to booking the shows, everything. So I've had to learn all those things in my 11 years, and I'm constantly learning. I mean, it changes constantly.
Yeah.
But and I've seen God, probably 200 employees out of here in 11 years. So, and I remember a lot of people, especially, but,
Is there a list in the kitchen where it's just like, these are the people that it's just like, nah.
It's always the kitchen, man. It's always the kitchen. The kitchen employees are sluts, man. They'll go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Cause like, especially if you're good at your craft, like if you're good at cooking,
yes.
and you probably jump places cause maybe you find a better situation. Maybe you just even like the place better. I don't know. I never cooked.
Dude, they'll do it for a 25-cent raise, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. So
I mean, that's just I did serve at Ruby Tuesdays for a couple of years.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was interesting.
I mean, that's corporate level. So that's like so much different.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, they have strict rules,
apparently
I feel like.
Frowned upon to flirt with the old ladies.
Yeah.
I think I make your money somehow.
Did you get canned?
No.
Dude,
I walked out. I did not
walked
get canned.
out?
Unfortunately, I did walk out because they scheduled me a double on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
While I was at college. So I was at Shenandoah and I was working a double.
Okay.
Or they scheduled, and I was like, look, I'm not going to drop names. I was like, look, I can't.
Drop them.
I can't.
Drop them right now.
I can't. You know who you are, but I can't. And I was like, look, I'm fine with working in the morning, but classes are done, are down. This is my only time to get home to see my family. Is it cool if we find somebody else? And they were like, no, sorry, it's the schedule. Like, I did the best I could. I was like, did you really though? Because putting somebody as a double, I would understand one or the other,
right?
But as a double, I'm like, all right, you're.
Here's the real question though, Matt. Who the hell's going to Ruby Tuesdays at 11:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving, dude?
Slaps.
That's insane.
It's like a pre-workout for Thanksgiving. You go in, get the salad bar,
and abuse some poor college kid waiting tables who's going to walk out anyway.
So no, it was unfortunately it was one of those where I was
oh God, great.
I had to tell him, I was like, look, I'm not working. So it's either you find somebody or I'm just going to walk out.
Yeah.
I hate to do that to you. That's not the type of person I am. Like, I'm not a quitter. I don't. But in this situation, I was like, look, I'm kind of stuck between these. Like, I want to see my family, so got to do what you got to do.
And they cracked the whip and said, get back to it, dude.
Unfortunately, yeah. And then, but I would say overall, it was a very good experience. And I'm a firm believer that a lot of people should get in the service industry
100%
to learn people skills, communication, right? Understand, seeing things from a different perspective. Like, I very rarely talk aggressively or be upset or angry at a server. Might have something to say to the cook,
sure,
but not the server. I know that they're essentially the middleman, right? Obviously, there's things that servers can do that are better or worse, right? Be attentive, the whole thing,
right.
And there was, even at the corporate level, there was tricks of the trade. There was one guy, he would always come in, he would order his sweet tea and a water. And he would never drink the water. And finally, and I'm not, you know me, I'm the type of person, I'm going to call people dude, you made me get this water for you, never touch it. What's the deal?
Yeah.
And he's like, that is how I determine how much of a tip I'm going to give you. So how much water I have to drink is how much, the level of, if I don't have to drink any water, you're going to get the full 20%.
Right.
Because he wanted to see how, attentive you were to refilling his drink. And I was like, that is, in my head, I was like, oh, well, I told him, I was like, that makes perfect sense. I'm glad, I'm glad to see
That's
you never touch your water.
By the way.
In my head, I was like, bro, just eat your lunch and get out of here. It's Ruby Tuesdays. So, but it was I've had some funny, in my personality, it's just meshed really well. I had one lady, she was she sat down and she looked real nervous. Almost like she's never been out to eat before. I was like, hey, how's it going? Yeah. And she looked over at me. She's like, why do I have 2 forks? And I was like, it's so you can eat faster and get out. I'm trying to flip this table. And she thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And then after that, she was like, chill. But I'm just I feel like that's something people can learn, people skills.
Yes.
How to time management, what prioritizing.
Yeah. People, it's gotten worse too. People abuse the wait staff. And not just here, I have a super solid team, but I see it all the time where people are just so rude to the person who is handling your food. Like you said, they're the middleman, right? And I'm and you hope to God nothing happens behind the scene, right? But you never get upset with the person who's handling your food. It's absurd, and it's and it's usually a young person who's trying to hustle their way through school or through bills or just nowadays pay for gas. And Like, why be mean to that person? You know, for me, it's like you could spit in my food. I'd probably still give you 20%.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
we always had a thing. So my wife and I, we both worked at Ruby Tuesdays together. Was when we were dating, but we would always good karma.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of stuck.
Right.
You know, it was like we left, we weren't serving anymore. She was a bartender for a little bit. Like, it was just one of those where we would always just, 20%. And now I'm like, I feel like that's just my standard. I'm at the point where like I'll sometimes go over. Like if
I'm
if
usually
they-
at 30 in town, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, because I know everyone, so I'm just like,
Yes.
30%, no matter what.
And I'm one where like you knock my socks off, I'm definitely gonna like
Right.
I'm dropping, something decent. I'm
Sure.
not gonna say I'm balling or going crazy, but I understand that. I understand what it takes. I know the running around and the being on your feet and the dealing with this person and that person. The table right before me probably stiffed you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so I get it. And I'm always, and I also like try to have a conversation with them, try to be friendly. Like I'll ask them, my wife is very introverted. Like she's cool. Like I love her. She is not the one to like make a scene.
Right.
Like, or like do anything crazy. It's just very like,
Right.
hey. And
If it comes out wrong, she's like, I'll eat it
yeah,
anyway.
and that's fine. That's just who we are. But
Yeah.
I like the server comes up and I'm like, so what would you get? And they're like, and she's just like, what are you doing? Just order your food. I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm thinking this or this. Like, what would you pick? And they're like, one, it throws the server off because like I guess people don't do that often.
Yeah.
But like joke around, have a conversation, be a person, like be
Yeah,
human.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, and that's it is such a big part of the experience too. You know, whenever I go out to eat with my family and the server has a name tag, my mom will go out of her way to say their name because why else have a name tag, right? And it just adds to the experience, you know. So it's almost like I don't want to say humanizing the wait staff, but you have to.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
a
at the end
human
of the day-
being.
Yeah,
you
at the end,
know?
that's exactly right. We were at we went to IJ Cans for Easter. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
I think it was Easter brunch.
Was someone there working a double? Or
No, I don't know. I don't know. I hope not. But the server we had, and I'll be completely honest, and I hope she sees it. I don't think she will, but if she does, right out of the gate, I was like, oh no, this is not going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
But I misread the situation. She was awesome.
Really?
Like, she was awesome. Like just, oh, I got you. I know you need this.
Yeah.
And like I'd be turning around looking for, because I got like an omelet and potatoes, whatever, and like I'm looking for ketchup. She's already running out. You know what I mean? Like she
Right.
just had the mindset, and I was like, oh, this is definitely not her first rodeo. Like she has definitely done this once or twice.
Oh yeah.
And then like my wife and my mother-in-law got it was called like a chocolate cake shot or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
You know, where
that's a thing.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm thinking it's gonna be like chocolate liqueur, like something like chocolatey.
Yeah.
It came out like pretty much clear, and then she handed him a lemon. I was like, what are we doing here?
Right.
So she was like, and the way that she explained, she was like, you got like, she said, she walks up to the table and she goes, and this is where we're going to the PG-13, but she was like, yeah, you gotta lick, drink, suck. And I was like, what? I got two little kids here. What are you
Yeah,
talking?
right. Yeah, on Easter, mind you.
Yeah. So it was one of those where, like, they were both like, okay. And she was like, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. This is the way to do it. People try to come in here and not really follow directions, but I promise you, if you want this to be what you think it is,
In this order.
do it in this order and do it like, and they did. And they were like, oh, it tastes exactly like a piece of chocolate.
yeah.
I was like, that's so cool. But
Yeah.
you can tell she knew what she was doing.
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, she is awesome. Like
Yeah.
she knew the menu, like she didn't write anything down. Like I'm not saying that's a plus. I cannot stand when you're like, oh, I got it. I'll remember it. And then
Just never happens.
you don't forget, you don't bring something. And I'm just like, oh yeah, you're going to remember it. Right. But just write it down anyway. But no, I do want to talk a little bit about the kind of community culture, kind of
Sure.
whatever you want to call it here.
Yeah.
It's different. Like we were neighbors for 2 years.
Right.
So
yeah.
transparency, if you've been sticking around or if you've stuck around long enough, you know that we used to be in the Bright Box or the Bright Center, not the Bright Box. We weren't in your space. We were
Yeah.
next door. Two of the locations we used to work out of was right next door. I guess technically it's the same building.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's actually it is all the same building.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Bright Center, we used to be in the Bright Center. So we used to talk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked, like this was something that we've talked about for years.
Yeah.
And just couldn't figure out the schedule. But there's definitely a vibe at the Bright Box. Not in a bad, like, I think it's good. Like, I think it's like, it's different. It's not like your normal, like, bar
Right.
or club or, like, just spot downtown. Like,
Right.
I think there's an energy here. I don't know if it, could be spiritual in it, but,
Yeah, it is. No.
yeah. But
There are
talk a little
ghosts
bit
here.
about, I've been downstairs before.
Oh,
I'm not going back.
Most of my staff won't go downstairs.
I wouldn't. No. The one time I got on the elevator and it started going down, I pressed 3 to go up to our floor, our old floor, and it started going down. And I was like, no. And it opened, and I just stood there. I was like, close the doors. Close the doors.
Yeah, it's creepy as hell down there.
Yeah. So when you hit me up and you were like, hey, we have a VIP room, I was like, please don't make it the basement.
I would never. Oh my God.
But there's always been like a vibe. So like, is that something that you strive to have?
Yeah. And it's like, I can never really pinpoint that vibe. I think it's like, it goes back to the people I hire and my own personality, not to toot my own horn, but like, I try to make it as inviting as possible always. And, I'm big on 2 things. When people come in, right, seeing a smiling face, that's huge. You see it at the gyms all the time. When you walk in, they say, hey, how you doing? Enjoy your workout. Like, those little elements just add to the overall experience. It sets the tone from the get-go. So I'm big on that. And also then saying goodbye, like come back and see us, all that happy stuff. But the vibe has always been, we're a small theater, a small venue. And I mean, we are truly a venue first before a bar, before a club, before anything else. So I think you're just always getting that unique experience every show. And it's what gets people coming back, because I've been to big venues before and I'm like, hey, great show, great venue, but like this part sucked, and it's just you always want to set that tone right from the get-go. And I think been doing a really good job of that for the past 13 years. I think it just keeps people coming back, and they trust that they come here, they're going to see a good show.
Yeah.
So that is a massive part of it. But,
we've talked about it, about, culture, about community, like what do people feel when they walk in? Like, especially with I wouldn't say you guys are a small business.
Yeah.
But as a local business, your vibe check is massive.
Yes.
Because if you walk into a business, and especially in today's world where a lot of stuff you can get online or you can find somebody or outsource or whatever, if you walk into a business and the vibes are off, I'm probably not going back in.
Right.
Like I'm a big supporter of local business, small business, whatever. Like we are one, right? So like, why would I sit here and turn my nose down? That's the whole reason why we're doing this show, is like to talk with local so it's like, but you gotta have, like, you have to put an effort towards how people feel when they walk in the door, the culture. We talked, Artie and I had an episode 2 episodes ago where we literally spent 20 minutes talking about a gym culture, like walking in and how does it feel to walk into the gym? Like, yeah, cool, you're putting up videos of what the gym is, but how do you feel when you walk in? What's going to get me to come back? And it goes with venues, it goes with studios, it goes with all these different places where it's like, when people walk in the door, what do people feel? Do you get that welcoming face, or do you get the, somebody's walking in, what do I got to do now? It's like, hold on a second.
I've fired so many people because of that.
Really?
Oh yeah, because
good.
I always tell my employees, like, you have to leave your stuff at the door. Don't bring your personal stuff into my business, into my venue. Like, it should be all smiles, all happiness, all joy. And and I think the flip side of the coin too is, like, if you sell alcohol, you're allowed to have somewhat of an edge as well, because you got to have that banter at the bar, the whole nine. But that first impression is everything. So I get what you're saying, man. It's a big part of our success, to be honest with you.
And don't get me wrong, I get, like, people are going through stuff. Like, we've had situations where at the time we were like, why would somebody act like that?
Right.
And then we later find out there's something going on. It's like, all right, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, well, sort of. You know what I mean? Like I said, leave it at the door, but we're humans too. Like,
of course.
It makes sense. But especially in this environment where a lot of the things you have here are fun times, party atmosphere. Like, you want that. You don't want the Debbie Downer, like, I guess I'll get you a drink.
Right.
Like,
and it's service based, right? Which is your attitude is everything.
Yeah.
So that's Yeah.
It's very, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
But, no, I want to talk a little bit more. I want to dive a little bit deeper into marketing because we've talked about marketing in the past, other conversations. I was telling Artie earlier today, I think you have one of the most unique marketing, I don't want to say structures, hurdles, like setups, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I'll let you kind of dive a little bit more, a little deeper into it and
Sure.
kind of explain, like, you don't have to give the behind the scenes, but like,
Yeah.
how is it different?
It's different in the sense that we do so many different genres here, so many different shows. I mean, even like tonight we have a bubble show for kids called the Amazing Bubble Factory, and then tomorrow I have an event with Shenandoah University, which is a little bit more classical music, and then on Saturday I have a '90s throwback party. So you can't pigeonhole us into one thing. There's no way, and it makes the marketing not difficult, just a little bit strenuous, and kind of learning like who your crowds are, who your audience is, fine tuning it towards that, and then going from there. And it's been a handful. Honestly, it's been a real handful, and there's a lot of crossover. And like even nowadays with music, like they're taking genres now and they're chopping them up 10 different ways. There's no more just like country music. Now you have Texas country,
Pop country.
Oh my God. I mean, it goes on for left of center country.
Swifties, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, I mean, wait,
right.
she switched.
I mean, you have
Wait.
people, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, exactly. No, you have people like Post Malone who went from hip hop to pop to country. I mean, you're trying to hit all these different demographics. And if you don't hit the right person, you're just burning cash, and it makes it difficult to, find those lanes. And once again, that's changing too.
Yeah.
And a lot of bands too are what they consider genre blurring. So it's like, where do I put you into? Are you Americana? Are you country? Are you pop? And they're like, we don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
We
oh
do
my
it
God.
all. Great.
Someone tell me.
Just tell me which one on the flyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, well, some of my favorite are like Post Malone's top
Yeah.
one. He if you
Incredible.
walked in right here, right now,
Oh.
I'd kick you out of the chair. I'd be like, please sit down.
I'll be honest, I would cancel my shit at night and I'd be like, hey, dude, we're going to do like a small acoustic set.
Yeah. Jelly Roll's another one. So he went from rock to rap, now to country, now to like, I would say almost like country gospel type, like southern, like
a little preachy.
yeah,
a little
which
preachy.
again, I'm cool. Like I don't mind it. Like it's not my cup. Like it's not my favorite thing.
Yeah. I call it hope core, by the way. So,
Okay, fair. There's terms.
Which is honestly like he's not my cup of tea, but I think that is something that's needed in the arts and entertainment and music because there's so much there's so much garbage out there, dude, and then everything is so how it is, man. Like all the negative headlines do all the big news.
Yeah.
So you need that hope core, so to speak, to get people grounded again and have like hope and that things are gonna be okay. So I get it,
He's got a very his story is very interesting. Like
it is
where he started from, how he like kind of changed, spun his life around, did the whole thing. Got married, who he got married to, like just everything was just like very interesting. And then here he is in like the Grand Ole Opry and like all these different places where it's like he's kind of like breaking that norm a little bit, which is fantastic, from a music listener. But I'm assuming you're probably like, what the heck's going on now? Like, with genres and everything. Because now you have like country rap. So it's like Big X the Plug does it a lot with he'll get on an album or get on a song with a country singer, and you're like, what do you define this as?
Right.
And then also like on your case, what do you market it as? Right. And obviously I don't know if they're coming in anytime soon. If they are, please let me know.
Yeah.
But God,
I guarantee I wish.
I guarantee there are levels to it, even at your level, where it's like, we have these different these country or rap or even rock and like there's just different layers. So it makes sense and to kind of flush it out a little bit more. So what you're kind of saying is like each genre you try to market to the people that like that genre, right? So you can't just say, hey, look, we're a venue, we have music. You try to find the people that are interested in the country singer, in the bubble show, in the classical music, and market towards them. So every campaign or every show that you have is different.
Yes.
And it's always changing. It's always evolving.
100%. Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. Even with like the 90s show, you know, because we play all 90s music when we do and it's a DJ event. But
it's a good idea for a 90s show.
Oh,
90s music, it probably crushes.
It's ridiculous. But you're going from like TLC to like Mark Morrison. And even those two are different.
Okay,
so like you're more, I don't want to give away my secrets or anything, but like you're more marketing towards like, you know, I call them like party people, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because even then, like you can't put in there rock and hip hop and R&B because your ad will just shoot it out every which direction and you don't get the right tailored person.
Yeah.
And as you know too, with all the updates, like Meta wants to take control of where they put it.
Yeah.
Which is a pain in the ass, to be honest with you.
I sometimes compare it to like you're walking a dog and you know what direction you want to go, but your dog's like, no, I want to go this way. No, I'm going to try to go over here. You're like, no. I know where I want to go.
Right.
I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Just walk with me.
Right.
Just take the walk
just take
with
the stroll.
me.
Yeah. And the worst thing is too, like with Meta, it's like you're paying your dog to go on the stroll.
Yeah. And
he's
if
like,
he
no,
goes the wrong way, he's still going to charge you. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Your
Good
dog doesn't
metaphor.
care. Yeah.
And you still do like traditional marketing as well. Right?
Yes.
Flyers, the whole, you know, what is it? The sandwich sign out front.
Yep, sandwich board. I get the marquee on top of the roof as well. And if you walk down Piccadilly Street or down the Welcome Mall, you'll see my flyers everywhere because, I mean, if one flyer brings in 2 people, it's worth the $1.10 it cost me, you know?
Yeah, and it's, I mean, we talk about touch points, right? They might see your flyer, maybe like there's probably like, I'm assuming you have like your website on it or a way to buy tickets.
QR code usually. Yeah.
Right. So now they're scanning that. So now they're interacting. So then you can retarget. Like there's different ways you can kind of keep touching, you know, get them to the point where they're like, all right, fine, I'm gonna go to the show on Friday. Like
right. That's the what was it? The rule of 7, right? Is it 7? See it 7 times to finally make a mental decision whether to go or not go, or to buy or not buy.
Yeah. So I would argue that that number's probably changed a little bit with just how
was it 30 now?
With how in your face you can get. And it's funny because like I mentioned the like touch point and everything. It's like not a lot of people bring up like rule of 7. Like that's like textbook type stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like it just goes to show one that like how invested you are in marketing, which is great. I think it's just it's a very intriguing topic because it's like I always say like if I was like, oh, I need a new mic. I know what I want. I'm going to Amazon or to Adorama or to B&H. I'm searching, figuring out which one has the best price, what deal, maybe they're on sale, something. I'm buying it and I'm moving on. There's not a lot of touch points there, right? Because I'm already sold on what I want.
Right.
But if I'm like, I'm not sure what I want to do this weekend, right? But you just saw 2 flyers, right? You walk by, you heard music playing from another show. You're like, oh, it would be cool to go to a live show. That'd be really cool. Like these are all different touch points now. And then by Thursday, you're like, all right, that's it. I want to go see who's there. And they're like, oh, it's so, you know, maybe it's somebody you know or a genre you like, or just you want to get out of the house. Like I love going to shows and just being like, I don't know this band. They're rocking out though.
Yeah, I wish the Winchester market, man, is a tough market, and we don't have a lot of that, to be honest with you.
Really?
I wish there was more of that. I get a lot of that with the DC crowd, right? They'll come out here for a weekend, they'll stay at the George Washington, and then they'll come downtown, have a meal, and they'll walk by and go. It's usually comedy shows, right? Because it's such a safe bet, you know, like, oh, I like to laugh, you know, and they go, okay, I'll spend the $20 to come inside, and they have a great time, right?
Yeah.
The Winchester crowd, to be honest with you, I still have people that walk by every day. Like I'll be doing the marquee out front, and they'll go, what is this place? And I'll tell them my quick little, you know, elevator pitch, and I'll be like, oh, like, are you from the area? And they'll go, I've lived here my whole life. And I'm like, how do I reach that person? And you know, also too, on the flip side of the coin, do I want to reach that person?
Are they going to come in the door?
Right. Are they going to, well, the big thing too, like, you know, most people don't understand this because most people see it as like a expensive night out, right? Tickets, Uber, and then drinks, right? I don't make anything on the door ever. Yeah. That goes right to entertainment, right? Yeah. I mean, there's many times where I take a loss at the door. And the big thing, obviously, is the drinks, always, of course. So it's like, is that person worth getting in the door? You know, so I have to sit there but I guarantee you, though, like when I have these combos with these people, I can find them a show that they're going to like. Yeah. You know, it's just like them having to trust me to walk through those 2 doors up front, you know, and that's the for me, money wise, it's like, what's that going to cost me?
Yeah.
And can they be a return customer over the course of years?
Yeah.
So tough market though. It's a tough market.
Yeah. I guarantee it, just because, just from what you're talking about, of just the drastic changes, the switches. I'm interested though in the local market not tapping in, but guilty as charged. I don't know all the different ins and outs businesses down here. I'll give myself a little point. I'm not from Winchester. I didn't grow up in Winchester, so I've only been here. Well, I've actually been here like over 10 years. So
yeah.
Anyway, I deduct the point back. Right. I'm back to even, so we're good.
Yeah. Ruby Tuesday though, right?
yeah. Oh, trust me, it's now a Mattress Warehouse, by the way, which there's a whole.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The money laundering place.
Yeah. They're. I heard a crazy conspiracy about how it's not money laundering, but they're putting some type of like stronghold. Like they're going in, they're getting some outrageous lease with the property owner, and then what they do is they sit there for a couple years. They mark up mattresses are like up 900% or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you pay, they only need to sell a couple mattresses a month.
Sure.
And they make their money and then some. But what they're doing is, theoretically, I don't know if this is true. This literally heard this.
Already
on
pulled that
media.
up. All right.
Yeah. Can you look that up? Where's the screen? But they're getting into these long leases, but in their contract negotiation, they're putting that if the lease is broken or whatever, there's a payout to them. So then what they do is they go back and hey, we want a sublease, or you can break the lease and pay us a bunch of money. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
I listened to this like 15-minute long video and I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
You got me. I'm sold.
It makes sense though, because like, when was the last time you bought a mattress? One.
Yeah.
Right.
How often do you buy a mattress?
Right. Every 10, 15 years. I've had 2-3 mattresses my whole life. I bought one when I moved like 4 years ago. And I bought it online. It should have been a box 2 days later. Yeah. It's like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go to Mattress Warehouse and go buy a money laundering mattress.
And it's like, there's not a lot to get them going.
Right.
They don't paint in there anything crazy.
Right.
They don't need they just put a cubicle in there for somebody to sit down and run a credit card payment.
Oh.
And then they just bring in their inventory. And then when they're done, they take all the inventory out. So it's like they set up in these areas, they let these areas develop around them, right? These shopping centers and everything. It gets crazy foot traffic. Now they can go sublease the place for much more than what they're probably paying on their original lease. And now they're making money off of that. I don't know. It's a conspiracy theory. I'm all about them. I don't know if it's true or not, but it makes the most sense. Because then in my head, I'm like, well, how many drug dealers are in here that are laundering money through Mattress Warehouse? There's so many of them.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Especially in those strip mall locations where the rent is high. It's got to be way high. And it's all floor space, Oh, man, that's definitely...
the things you watch on TikTok while sitting at your desk waiting for things to render.
Right, yeah.
I'm editing. I'm just like, well, I got 10 minutes here. Let me just go ahead and scroll a little bit. But interesting. Yeah, like I said, we've used to be next to you guys a while, and we've literally heard some of the people you have in here Friday nights. Like, I had a strict rule of like, I got to get out by 5 or I'm going to stay for the show.
Right, yeah. We actually had recently our quickest sellout of all time.
Really?
6 hours. Oliver Anthony, which is next Tuesday. So
you need somebody to cover.
Possibly. I've had people reach out for employment opportunities.
Just so they can.
Yes. Just to be at the show.
Well, now I think about it, I might have left a couple things.
Yeah, right.
I gotta,
I actually need a server to work a double that day.
As long as it's not on Thanksgiving, we're good.
I got you. Yeah, it's on a Tuesday evening, so you should be all right.
That's pretty cool. 6 hours though?
6 hours, man. So, it was the craziest thing, right? So Oliver, I'm not to give you too much, I can't go too far into it, but he is signed to an agency, but he's doing this little run by himself, right? So his team hits me up and we get the show booked. And usually you have like management reach out and they advance the show and you set up a time to announce it and to go on sale, all that stuff. But they're doing it themselves with his internal team.
Yeah.
So it's been a learning experience for them, and they're actually doing a really good job, by the way. And they're like, "Hey, we're announcing." And I'm like, "Oh, that's great." So I quickly pull up, Facebook. I try to drop the announcement. They announce at 3:25 on a Thursday, right? I'm trying to drop within the next 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
At 3:27, no bowl, right? I get 2 phone calls. Hey, is this real? Is this a real show?
Yeah.
Is this actually happening? And I was like, yeah, it's real. And they're like, I'll be right back. I mean, they're like,
I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Right? I mean, I sat there, I announced at 3:30, and it was just like, I had a show that night when we announced it, and it just like, I mean, dude, my phone, I just watched the battery just go, because it was just,
ping, ping, ping.
I mean, it was people coming out of the woodwork, just being like, oh man, like, I lent you that pencil in 4th grade, bro. Like, let me get in there, dude, please. And 6 hours, man. I have a rule, right? I had people reaching out who were getting upset that it sold out, right? They're like, hey, I didn't see this until it's too late. Can I get a ticket? And I'm like, so I have a rule where I will never apologize for having a sold out show.
No.
And it seems mean, right? Because people
Not your fault.
Well, I did my job, right? I did my job.
Darn you for being so good. No.
Right. But that's what they want to hear, though.
Yeah.
They want to hear, like, oh, like, I'll take care of you. If I took care of every person, even for that show, I would need a 2,000 cap room, right? And it's just like, they expect that from a small business, which I hate. Because you would never call the Anthem up. You would never call up, Merriweather Post Pavilion and go, hey, Tyler Childers sold out, but it's me calling, so I need second row center. You'd never do it, and
everybody, they're the main character of their own life.
They
think that they're the most important, which I get. Don't get me wrong.
We all have a little bit of that in our lives, right?
It's natural.
Yeah.
And it's also from like your perspective. It's like me giving you free tickets. What does that say to the people that paid for their tickets?
Right.
That's not fair. Like, you know, like,
and sometimes it's not even like the free part, but it's like, they don't understand like capacity and fire code and things that affect me. And it's just
safety.
Exactly. And then they would be the same people that if I let them buy tickets when I was sold out, they would come to the show and go, it's packed in here. I'm like, no
start complaining.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're the reason why.
Right. Yeah. So it's I am super grateful for that show. I cannot wait for that show. But that was our quickest sellout ever. 13 years, man. 6 hours, which is, I mean, it's because our capacity is like 280-ish. Like, that's crazy to think that like 280 people jumped on it that quick.
Think about how many people probably saw it. Oh, I'm gonna go.
Oh, dude, I had people who were just like, oh, I waited too long. I'm like, yeah, by what? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It's like,
you understand what's going on.
The severity of the show,
you
how
need
big
to
it
move
is.
quick. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
right?
thank you.
I look at it as like, you must be doing something right if somebody at that level is like, hey, I'm gonna go do a show here.
Yeah.
Like,
I won't drop the person I got it from, but I'll say this. I got it from a relationship with someone in the industry. Someone that like came and did a show here and we kicked it off and I was very good to them and vice versa.
Rhyme with? No, I'm just kidding.
I can't tell you
I'm
because there's a local venue who wants this show very badly.
No, you're good.
And I can't. I'm trying to be exclusive with this artist. To be honest,
you're
with
completely
you.
fine. And
but it's just like it's truly telling though. Like, take care of people, and they'll take care of you. And if they don't take care of you, they're not the right people for you. Which is it's everything in business, and you know that. I mean, you guys have always been good to me, and I hope vice versa.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I had couple tough times loading and unloading when your hands are here and I can't get my camera gear out the door. That's actually why we left the building.
Yeah. Oh, really? No. Well, that's I find it difficult too. For this bubble show tonight, I have 70 feet of truck and trailer pulling down Indian Alley in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, pretty quick. Yeah.
Pretty quick, yeah. That's a tough turn to make at Cork Street, by the way.
Oh, I do it in a CRV.
Right.
Yeah. No, I feel like they didn't plan. In their defense, they put the streets in like 100 something, whatever. Crazy, buildings are in. It's an established downtown area.
Right.
Hats off to the drivers that get in and out. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it.
It's crazy. I mean, the walking mall used to be drivable.
And I thought you still could in the morning.
Yes, I think before 10 o'clock, I think it is, but it's only approved people.
Is that why they were screaming at me at 11?
Yeah. Dude, so I go live on Facebook every Friday afternoon at noon, and I've been kind of growing it over the past 2 years, and I have a pretty solid crew of people who hop on there, and we have a question of the day that's music based. But when it gets nice outside, I'll do it outside. I swear to God, Matt, every single time I do it outside, there's someone's Meemaw coming down the walking mall at like noon, and I feel so bad because like the GPS will take you down here.
Yeah.
And I just imagine someone's like some older woman going like, "Oh my God!" Like
get out of the way,
right?
Get
It's
out
like,
of the move.
yeah.
Why are you in the road?
The worst thing is they're not even following like if there was a flow of traffic, they're going against that even. So it's like they're going up this way.
Yeah.
It's like they're not going down that way. It's like, dude, how did you mess this
How'd you
up?
get through the barriers?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like, what did you do to get down here? So it's always and my crowd just loves it. They eat it up. They're like, I'm like, oh my God.
Part of the show.
Yeah, oh, it is 100%. But yeah, crazy.
Well, I'll say this. I usually end it with a what's next. Sounds like you have something in the works already that's next. But what future of Brightbox? What do you got?
Oh man, future Brightbox.
Besides the VIP room.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
it looks awesome.
Thank you so
I
much.
like the vibe. I'm partial to the color. I love green. That's one of my favorite colors.
Yeah.
Just the whole vibe though. Just like you come in, I would definitely do some drinking in here.
Yeah.
Hang
yeah.
out. It'd be nice because it's like I feel like it's big enough for like a small get together.
Yep.
You come in, not everything's taken care of, but it's right here. You know what I mean?
It really is though, and that's what we're trying to go with this VIP room is like private service. I want them to sit in these chairs and be laxed, and get drinks delivered to them, and just overall top-notch service. I mean, VIP is what it is, right? I mean, you are a very important person, and you're gonna pay accordingly, of course, but you are getting that next level of service. Yeah. And shout out to my parents, by the way, huge helpers with designing this room, especially my mom. I'm very creative mentally. I know what I want, and I'm very good at voicing it, but she came through and really put it all together. I love Art Deco, kind of like that Miami vibe, and she was really good at kind of handpicking these pieces behind us. And what was next for Brightbox, though, is just doing bigger shows and more frequent shows. I would love to be open more during the week. I'm kind of waiting on Winchester to be ready for that, to be honest with you. And I think we're getting there. This city is exploding at a very, very fast pace. And I think that's good for everybody. I think it's good for the businesses downtown. So yeah, I'm just trying to add more and more as we go and get an even faster sellout. I want to hit sellout in like 3 hours.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be insane.
I mean, I could drop my comedy career here and probably knock it out of the park, but I don't want to. I'm not sure you're ready for that.
If we do that, then Matt, I'm gonna make you wait tables at the same time.
That's fair. That's fair. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I like. I'm digging it. And just also, I think you're right with Winchester. We've seen it a little bit. And I think because you mentioned like people from DC and like the Northern Virginia, like that area, they're probably coming up this way because they're seeing people here.
Yep.
I think that's naturally happening. People are just leaving the Northern Virginia area.
Yes.
And this Winchester is one of those spots.
Man, I've been, I had this convo probably twice a week about that exact thing. And like, people need to see trees. And that sounds so dumb to say, but like if you drive into Ashburn and Sterling and Chantilly and Alexandria, they don't have green spaces. And it's getting more and more rare downtown even, but like people need nature and green spaces to just
touch grass.
Yes, right. And I think that that is such a beautiful thing about the Shenandoah Valley is we have so much incredible things to do in nature. I mean, I can name you 3 trails right now, 3 different hikes that are all within 20 miles of each other, and we have the breweries with great views and the whole 9. So I think a lot of people are looking to leave that city life, so to speak, and come out here. And it's just, this area is going to explode in the next 5 to 10 years, I think. And so for the better, I hope, fingers crossed. But I think we're heading in the right direction.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting because they're definitely putting up a lot of housing, which from like a personal perspective, I'm like, more people.
Right.
But as a business owner, I'm like, more people.
Yes.
More people.
100%.
Like, I hope the infrastructure and the school systems and all the things that need to grow with it.
Yep.
I hope they are elevated as well. But you know, I get it.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, we don't live in Winchester, but we're right across the state line.
Right.
But the property values go up.
Oh my
Right?
God.
Like, you know what I mean? Like everything. Like it's good to have. Like, I know it's tough because some people, like, you know,
they get
like
priced out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like this is the evolving city. You know, downtown, small town life.
Yeah. We are the fastest growing city in Virginia, which is wild to think about because Virginia's, you know, it's a decent size, you know, I guess commonwealth, not state, but we are growing so fast. And like you said, the more people aspect is great. You know, I don't want to see people get priced out. That sucks, you know, but even like places like Inwood and Martinsburg, I mean, they're on the come up too. The money is starting to kind of flow out here, and it's not all about that. Obviously, I don't want to come off as like pompous or anything, but it's, you know, it is changing very, very rapidly, and it's interesting to see as someone who's been here a while. You know, so I mean, the downtown walking mall has come a long way in the past 10 years. It used to be sketchy out here, man. I don't know if you were here for it, but it was sketchy.
What
dude.
was it? 16, 17. We were down here multiple times a night.
Yeah.
I can't remember the amount of times we walked out of Brews and there was some type of fight, stabbing, something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And then go down to Picks, same thing. Luckily, they're like, I know that Brewbaker's kind of flipped over a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't know what's there now, unfortunately.
I miss Brews, man.
The back room.
Oh, the
one
back
of the last
room.
times I was there was a Halloween party there. It was so fun.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's there, and then you go to Picks, and then you know, go all the, like, it was a vibe.
Yeah,
like,
it was a vibe.
We loved it. We would leave Ruby Tuesdays, and all the cash I had that I made that night, I go right back and just drop it at the bar. Like, it's very
from the salad bar to the bar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just one flip, you know, just a quick turn of the hat. But yeah, I think I appreciate you sitting down with us.
Yeah,
and letting
man,
us come sit
absolutely.
down
This
with
is fun,
you,
man. Let's do it again.
Yeah. That's the vibe we're getting.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we keep getting that.
I love it, man.
Everyone's asking when can I come back, and it's like, hey, we love to have everybody.
It's great, man. Yeah, we should do. Have you ever done a live pod?
No. Not yet.
Man.
What I want to really do, and maybe I'll involve you, and I don't want somebody to steal my idea.
I know.
I'll drop it.
Yeah.
I want to do a live or a sit down on the walking mall and just put another mic across from me, set up a couple cameras, and just see who sits down, and just start talking to people and like.
I love it.
Like what's going on? Like how's it going? Like tell me your story. And like I could do that for like a half a day, right?
Right.
And I could probably get 4 or 5 different episodes.
Oh,
even
easily.
shorter little snippets, and just hear what people have to say. Because the one thing, this is episode 25, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I've been doing this for a couple years, and it's been on and off, right? But we're kind of kicking it back up now that we have a podcast studio. So it would be silly if I didn't get the podcast. Yeah. So that, and I love talking to small businesses. I love talking to hear people's story. You know, how did they get to where they were? What were they doing? And you know, more times than not, it's I had a passion about something and I turned it into a business, or I started in something and I just kind of worked my way through and kind of got to where I am now. Like what I've realized is a lot of small local businesses, they have very similar stories, but they're unique to themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
So why are we not talking more?
Right.
Why are we not involved? Like just, and I'll say this was the one thing, and I think we talked about it a couple years ago. It's like with the Bright Center, like there was multiple businesses in there. Why are we not doing some type of networking event to figure out like who can help who? How do we help each other? Like, we're all right here. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I made it known. Like, I was walking into everybody's business. When I first came in, I was like, hey, this is what we do. I was talking to Dave, who used to be there, the print shop, like Michael, like all these different businesses. Like, hey, this is who we. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm not trying to push, but I'm just trying to network. I'm trying to see who you are. Like, what do you do? Here's what we do.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, and this is probably a little bit of not a hot take, but you know, just being honest here is like, I've only seen a handful of people from the Bright Center at a show. I've seen
Really?
you guys, the tattoo folks over here, the escape room guys. But like, I mean, I've seen people come and go in the past 13 years. And like, I'd be like, man, you work in a building with a live music venue.
Yeah.
Why you wouldn't pop over just once, even to see the space, you know, to be like, oh, like, what do you do here? You know, because I walk over there, I'm like, oh, like, what do you do? You know, like, what is, like, there's offices over there, I'm like, who are you? You know, like, and no one's ever there. I'm like, what's going on here?
Those are the front. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, how many
That was a
coke dealers we
joke.
have in
That
town?
was a joke. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm also nosy. Like, I love why I have the show, right? We sit down, we talk with local businesses. If I can get into everybody's space and set up in their office or wherever, I would. But logistically, that is tough.
It's a nightmare. Yeah.
Right. And now that we have the studio, we're picking up, we're moving. It's like, all right, come in and let's talk. And there's some situations like this, right? New VIP room.
Sure.
Like we're trying to help promote, we're trying to help get it out, whatever you want to call it as. But it's definitely one where it's like, we want that local business kind of network.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's the goal. But.
It really goes back to like I was talking about before about like first impressions and that human connection. It's everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's just everything. There's places, you know, not to go on a spiel here, but you know, Amazon's always a big talk of, you know, the crusher of small business. You know, I'll pay the premium because I know that person, I like that person. So that connection is everything, you know, always. It just, you know, when I order from Amazon, I'm not talking to Jeff Bezos.
No. No.
You know,
That'd be pretty cool if you were.
Oh man, I'd have some things to say, you know.
You'd have a long list.
Right. Yeah. But
awesome, dude. I appreciate you letting us come in.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You know, show off the space.
100%.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll to get you all in here, man. Just, you know, I'll put you right in that corner, Matt, with the mic. We'll do your comedy thing in here, you know?
Yeah, in just this room. Yeah.
Right.
Dude, everybody keeps telling me I'm the funniest guy I know.
That's weird, man. They say the same thing about me, actually. Yeah.
It's just whenever I leave, that's when the truth
is. Right. So,
but I'm going to go ahead and, like we do with every episode, all the Brightbox website, any upcoming shows, I'll connect with you, what you want to put down there, social medias.
Cool.
All this stuff. So if you're interested, if you've never heard of the Brightbox, please go to the website, stop by, come to a show. Like I've been to shows. We've used to hear them all the time. They're a hoot.
Yes.
They're fun. They're a fun time. It's just the whole vibe. But everything will be in the description. So go check it out. See what shows are available. Obviously, Oliver Anthony is not.
Yeah, he is sold out. Everybody, sorry. So I have no more tickets left, unfortunately.
That's fair.
Do not offer me your firstborn child. I will say no.
All right, then I gotta go tell my wife to just. No.
But, he's already actually working the back for me.
That's funny.
He's back to making pretzels right now.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But, all right, guys, I will. We'll catch you in the next one.
Awesome. See you
Peace.
guys.